Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. If you watched yesterday's vlog, you will already have seen just a little bit of the cabin here. You're going to see much more of it today. I was actually thinking about doing a tour of the estate. This is my dream castle. This is my happy place, my safe haven. I got this house from my mom, which makes it extra special now, of course. My mom bought this house a long time ago. She was living in an apartment and she was missing having a garden, having some space around her, so she bought this place. Then later she moved into a small house that also had a garden and she worked her magic on that. And over the years, this place became more and more of a burden to her. So in 2019, the beginning of the year, she gave it to me. And Peter and I have been going through it, very carefully renovating so that it is still my mom. Everything is just as my mom would have done it, but tweaked to suit our tastes and needs. There is not a single spot in this house that we haven't touched over the years. And yeah, we just love it. It's not a grand, impressive place, by no means. But to us, it is a dream castle. And we love it so much. We always relax. Oh, there's what's that bird called? Hang on. Do you see him out there? I have no idea what that bird is called in English. In Danish, it's fasan. He always comes here. We named him Preben. He comes by every morning. If we sleep late, he will walk up onto the terrace and start pecking at the door. He sees this as his place. Well, sorry for the interruption, but he is kind of funny, that little thing. He's a good friend, and I thought you needed to say hello to him. Anyway, we are enjoying being here, relaxing. It is very much needed as both of us are feeling just not 100%. We share this awesome head cold. You could probably tell from my voice. We cough throughout the night and yeah, we're just feeling stuffy and yeah, as I said, not 100%. So this is the perfect place to be because here we have nothing to do but enjoy, relax and enjoy and just be. Last night we stayed up really late. Again, coughing and we just couldn't be bothered to go to bed because why? We knew we wouldn't get much sleep anyway. So we stayed up, watched a couple of Christmas movies. We watched Deck the Halls, which I love that one. But don't take my word for it. I love every silly Christmas movie around. But we enjoyed that. Then we watched the latest episode, the season finale of a Danish show that we've been following. And then after that, Peter started working and I started watching Vlogmases. I love Vlogmases. So yeah, we had such a wonderful evening and I got to do a lot of crochet. And I will say that now that I have learned that I can just do a light steam block and then attach my hexies, the process is so much smoother. I will crochet up a handful of hexies and then it'll be time to make another pot of tea. And as I do that, I will steam block the ones that I have and go on to attach them right away. That is I am enjoying that. So what happened last night was actually that I attached 9 hexies to my blanket. That was 9. Only 8 of them were hexies that I worked up last night. Number 9, I found in a separate pocket in the project bag that I was using for this blanket back in spring when I started it. It's the project bag that I am keeping my festive yoke sweater in. It does have a separate pocket on the inside. And I was going through it, looking for the needles for the ribbing. And I thought, what's the bulky stuff? Which turned out to be another hexie. Actually, it was not that one. Oh, which one? Was it this one? I think maybe it was this one that was sitting in there. So I steamed it and I added it together with the hexies that I crocheted up during the evening. This one is the color that I gave myself yesterday. So I thought that I will open. Oh, I'm sorry. You're on the table and I just threw the blanket up. I apologize. I think I'm going to go ahead and open my advent for today. So for day 3. And this is a surprise to me. It's, ooh, that's a beautiful surprise. Do you know, I think maybe, is this from the Cami Jo Knits advent that I had last year? I think so. It's pretty for sure. It's gonna go beautifully with the blanket. Making your own advent is a lot of fun, and I am surprised. Every morning when I open my little pouch, I'm surprised because it's been a while since I packed these. I have forgotten all about them. And yeah, it feels just like having a regular advent, only I don't have the little, oh, is this gonna work with the project that I'm planning for it? I know it's gonna work with the project because I packed the yarn originally. And of course I packed yarns that I thought go together well, because that is such a personal thing, personal taste, personal preferences. What colors do we enjoy seeing together? So when you make your own advent, it's your aesthetics that pulled the colors to begin with, and it takes the guesswork out of your advent project. So I highly recommend it. Also, it's a great way to work through some of those extra special scraps that you have, or the beautiful little mini skeins you may have either gotten in an advent or found at this quirky yarn store where you just wanted a little something and you went for a mini skein. It's a lovely way to work through all of those. There's going to be some jump cuts today because the cough. I don't want to bother you with that, but that's what's going on in case you were wondering. Yesterday, as we drove down here, I chose not to crochet in the car because I cannot crochet without looking, and I do tend to sometimes get a little bit car sick. So I decided instead to work on my festive yoke cardigan, and I got really far on it. I got far enough that I last night was going through the project bag to check for the needles for the ribbing. I did bring needles for the ribbing, so I think that I'm going to be able to finish this cardigan today. Just look. There is not much more to do. And that would actually be perfect, because if I finish it today, then I can show the finished cardigan tomorrow, talk one last time about the modifications that I made to the pattern to get this cardigan. And I did announce before Vlogmas started that every Thursday, the episode that comes out on Thursdays is going to be a roundup, more like a regular podcast, just with some Vlogmas attached to it. So that's going to work out beautifully. I am definitely going to finish this today. I find myself wanting to crochet more than wanting to knit, but I also find myself wanting to wear this cardigan. On Thursday, we have a lunch date with some friends. I would love to be able to wear my festive yoke cardigan. So I am going to finish it today so that I can start blocking and adding buttons. I even did bring buttons to add to it. Maybe I'll show you later, because I brought 2 sets, so I'm not completely sure what buttons I'm going to add. And now I see Peter and Misa are outside. They've been out for some fresh air. Hello, you two. Come on in. Sorry. No worries. One more thing I just want to talk about real quick is this granny stripe blanket. This is such a special project. It lives down here in the cabin. Anyone who comes here is allowed to pick it up and crochet a couple of rows. I know that both of my sisters-in-law have been working on it. But yeah, it is just a basket full of blues, light grays, and loads of whites. And then we are crocheting it up into a very traditional granny stripe blanket. I am thinking, because this is it's not wide enough, I think. So I think that at some point I'm gonna add a border of granny squares and then another border again of granny stripes. But for now, it's just sitting here, always waiting for me whenever I want to do some crochet. It feels really nice to have a family project that we can all work on from time to time.
You might think the weather's kinda cold, but you know you've got a hand to hold. Come along out and play. What a wonderful day. Your white cheeks are so hard to resist. Those red lips are longing for a kiss. Come along out and play. What a wonderful day. Christmas is almost here. Let's talk.
I am almost done with the second sleeve on my festive yoke cardigan. I am so close to finishing this. I need 15 rounds of ribbing, and what am I at? 7, 8 rounds, something like that. So I'm definitely gonna finish it tonight, give it a quick block, and then hopefully tomorrow it'll be semi-dry, dry enough for me to show it. But I am not enjoying this process of the ribbing. I remembered to bring needle tips. I think I talked about that earlier today, that I remembered to bring the needle tips for the ribbing. I did not bring a cord. So I have this super short cord that I use to knit the sleeve itself with, but it's too long for the ribbing. It's too short for magic looping. I am doing magic loop, but it's not fun at all. It is no pleasure. This is just forcing myself to finishing this because I want the cardigan. So your tools matter, for sure. The tools matter. And just to make matters even worse, this is the swivel cords. I couldn't find my blue Chalgo cords, the shorties. So I have this swivel cord and I don't enjoy that. I mean, I enjoy the fact that it swivels, but I think they're really difficult to work with. It's difficult to get the stitches up. Usually what I like about Chalgo cords is that they're so smooth and easy. The joints are completely smooth. I have never had this problem with the red lace or with the blue shorty cords. But with these swivel cords, I am not enjoying this. But I'm almost done. So now I'm gonna heat up the leftovers from last night's dinner. Then I am gonna block my hexie of the day. Look how pretty it got. It's gonna look absolutely amazing in the blanket. And well, then I am gonna finish this for sure. And then I'm gonna be crocheting more hexies. A lot more hexies.
I'm not wasting any dreams this Christmas. I've made my wish upon that star.